Well, hello. This is Eunice with all the above. I'm going to do a whole bunch of little snippet videos. I don't know how long they be, could be 3 hours, could be 3 minutes. But I'm going to start just doing some little quick videos. I'm learning. I know this ain't edited fancy. It's not done fancy. But I have we're going to go to ADD again. But when I get like an inspiration for a moment, I'm gonna act on that inspiration moment. So my inspiration moment is like, that's something I want to share with the YouTube folks. So this little blurb is going to be about a little minor project I got going on inside the house. Yes, I know you would not believe what we got going on, but anyway, I'm gonna show you. I don't know if I can. I figured this camera thing out. I don't see a button or a place to push to see how I can flip it around so you can see what I'm looking at. So I might have to turn the camera all funky. So you might see a lot of stuff stacked in strategic areas. Please disregard. I'm going to try to avoid that some way if I can. So bear with me. But anyway, I have this little setup now last, I think it was November or something like that. I had to look on my Facebook. My granddaughter and I, my little 5-6 year old granddaughter, I was trying to teach her about seeds and how things grow, and like where all these trees come from, Grandma, where all the plants come from. And children today, sadly, most children, I must say, most children today, unfortunately, have no clue, one, where their food comes from. They have no clue. They walk by these trees every day and they have no clue how they begin, how they start, anything about them. They might not even realize they're green because they like looking down at their phone, which I'm doing right now. But technology has really robbed us of our children and our grandchildren and our great grandchildren. I ain't that old yet, but of the world around them. They have, it has robbed our children of so much knowledge and understanding that they're gonna need to survive someday. That day's coming. Yeah. We'll go there another day. But my concern is, so I'm gonna just like give you a little knowledge. So we went and got these. Now I did go get, I think I got the organic lemons because with all this technology in the world and they messing up our food, and I'm sorry, but they are. You cannot play with Father's handiwork and not have problems. So I think we have yet to see what is going to happen because we know, look what happened when man gets involved and try to think he know better than Father. All the way back from the beginning, it gets messed up. Yeah, some good knowledge is coming out of these studies and then whatever. But when you start, they're talking about making my beef in a petri dish. That does not appeal to me. I will become vegetarian if that's the only beef I have. I will eat the grass in the yard. I will eat the dandelion leaves. I will do something, but I will not touch that stuff. That is probably, that's an abomination. That's what that is. Now, that's just wrong. Just wrong. I mean, sorry. You're not saving nothing. You're not saving nobody. You're taking a natural process and you adulterating it to the point where that is not going to be good for this body. Convinced of that. Okay, so this whole scenario where I'm trying to get her to understand where things come from. Where things come from. How do you get the food you eat? How do the plants that are in the yard, how they grow? It's sad. Like in science class, we used to wet bread and put it. I was in kindergarten a while ago. And we used to take the wet the bread, remember, put it in a little baggie or wrap it in the plastic or whatever and put it in the dark closet, the teacher's closet. And then we would learn, look how the mold grow. Hello? That was low budget science class, stuck with me forever. Learned so much, inspired me to want to deal with plants. I think about that stuff, and I'm how old? Don't ask. But children, these little children, my 6-year-old granddaughter, she needs to know. My 1-year-old granddaughter said, look at the plant. Okay? At whatever level. These children need to know how the world works around them. Because you know what? If they don't know how everything works, they're going to be dumb. They're going to be naturally dumb. We are promoting and producing a generation has no clue where food come from. McDonald's. It come from the store shelf. Yeah, how it get there? They don't know. I'm gonna go a little mini rant. They don't know where the food comes from. They don't know how the government works. They don't know basic economics. They don't know how to even write in cursive. You might think you gonna say, oh well, we got computers now. Okay. Well, the first power outage, ain't nobody gonna be writing anybody anything. Instant illiteracy. And I'm gonna tell you right now, what is illiterate? People, think about like slaves in our own country, right? They were like beaten to death, at least beat really bad. If they would even pretend that they learning the alphabet, they educating themselves. Only an oppressive society wants you to not be educated. How can we not be teaching our children to read and write in this nation where people died and were hung and beaten and I can't even begin to imagine the horrific things that people did to other people, not just in our country, but all around the world, because they wanted to learn to read and write, and now we are voluntarily making our children illiterate. Because you know what? If you can't read and write, even at like a first grade level, you illiterate. And you will be someone else's slave for the rest of your life. Think that through. All right, rant over. Nothing to do with plants, but yes it is. Because I wanted to teach my little granddaughter, look, we're going to do a grandma project. So we went and got these lemons from the store, but I got the organic ones because a lot of the ones that have been messed around with, those seeds, they might have, that people don't want no seeds when they eating their lemon. Guess what? Then you're going to pay the price because you eating a messed around with lemon and your body's now going to be messed around with. Garbage in, garbage out. Okay. So anyway, we went and got these lemons, and I got the organic ones because I was hoping they were less messed around with, because a lot of the seed, even if you find a seed in these wonderful, new, beautiful, perfect lemons, guess what? They might not grow because they sterile. This technology being used to, we gonna wipe ourselves out because we think we're smart. Like I said, there's been some great medical advances. Don't be giving me no hate mail. I'm a nurse. I know there's good, bad, and ugly. Everything is a tool that Father has given us. Knowledge is definitely a tool, but knowledge can be a tool for good and for evil. And guess what? Our children are illiterate because they don't know how to read and write. Because you know what? First power outage, you got a bunch of people just sitting around going, okay, government, what you going to help me? Come on now. You ain't going to know how to eat. You ain't going to know how to write. You ain't going to know how to communicate with your neighbor. Come on now. So I went and got these lemons, and we got the organic lemons, and there was way more seeds in those. Imagine that. And so we took the seeds, and then there was like this whole process. Her and I sat for a whole day. Remember? I took pictures of it, put it on my Facebook. So people that on my Facebook saw those pictures, and we laid out. They're like, Eunice crazy. What's she doing showing pictures, all these little seeds? So we took the little lemon seeds, and you gotta peel them, the outer layer of the lemon seed back, and then you gotta kind of keep them moist, almost like soak them. So how I do that so they don't get moldy, or watch them, I can watch them, is I take a little Ziploc baggie, and I lay a wet paper towel in there, and I lay them right in on the paper towel, space them out about 1 inch apart. And so we did like, how many we do, people? It was like, I want to say we did like 80 to 100 of these little seeds. Her and I sat for a whole day in this room, and we were picking them apart. But, we weren't just, oh, you made that poor child do that? No, we were talking. She would watch little videos when she got bored. And, like, she would ask me, we're here doing seeds, but it's not just about grandma doing a grandma project. Guess what? Part of that grandma project is I am building a relationship with that little girl. I am instilling in her that someone gives a rip about her and is going to spend time with her. That's what grandparents are for. I was a busy working parent, so I feel for my daughter and my son-in-law, because they working hard, and when you're in that level and parenting, you do the best you can, and they do a great job. They're great parents, but it's hard. Your time is divided. But when you're a grandparent, you first of all, you appreciate those moments with the knowledge that parents don't have, because their children are not grown. They don't see, oh, where did it all go? But as a grandparent, you have the unique position to influence the next generations. And there are many elderly family members and people, even in my old neighborhood, that I remember fondly, because they just took that moment to do a real little simple thing with a little kid or show them something. But I remember them as kind. I remember them as they cared enough to notice me. So we were peeling all these little lemon seeds, right? And she said, what are we gonna do with these? And well, then she'd come back every couple of days. When she'd come over to my house, we would look at the bags, because she could see what was happening. Kind of like when the teacher every day would pull the bag with the bread and say, look, children, we grow a mold. Okay, see what happens when you have moisture and darkness and a source of carb or sugar. And it was a whole science lesson. Okay, so every day we come over, she goes, look, Grandma, they're growing, look. And we get like one little, like, 1/8-inch sprout, and she'd be like, all excited. And my heart just like, oh yeah, that's why we doing this. Because she what? Because she saw a little sprout? No, because she was connecting with her world, her natural, God created world. And as much as we want to destroy the dandelions in the yard and cut back all these invasive species and whatever, all we're doing is disconnecting us from the very thing that Father intended for our healing. The plants of the field are meant for your healing. That's in the Word. Look it up. Okay, so we disconnected from the thing that's going to heal us. And it doesn't mean just the things we're going to eat, like these lemons, vitamin C, all kinds of other good things lemons do. Beauty product, lemon juice, okay? Outside and inside, lemon good for you. In right proportions, right use. So not only is she connecting, she's starting to connect with the one thing that may eventually heal her someday. Or maybe she become like a scientist or a doctor, and she's naturalist doctor. Ooh, yeah. And she like able to say, I remember Grandma gave me this for this, and it worked. And okay, because there's no medicine on the shelves, because the economy has collapsed, and all those people that were cranking out those nice little pressed pills are no longer in business. And she gonna be like my age and maybe heal her whole community of scurvy, because she grew some lemons. She had some lemons stashed. Some seed. Okay, so seed is your future. So anyway, so we did this whole thing, and we watched every step of the process. And then when they got like a little sprout and a little leaf coming, then we planted them in this bin that I'm going to show you. This like almost 6 months later. This is Central Pennsylvania, all winter, in front of a window that's got really crappy. It's a big window, but the lighting is not the best. But that's good, because then they didn't get too leggy. They're growing their roots all winter. And then we put some sand in here, and then I had some a neighbor was cutting down a tree, and I got the the trimmings, because I'm into that Back to the Eden thing. I'm really into like the covering. So I put sand in the bottom, because the soil where these would naturally go in Florida or wherever is like sandy, very drains well. So they get a lot of water and then it dries out. Then they get a lot of water and it dries out. So I'm studying the principles of the plant and guess what? You follow the principles, even in Central PA, you growing the lemons. So I'm just going to real quick show you. Look at that. Look at these beautiful, sweet little lemon trees that the little 6-year-old girl and me, we grew these. Look at these, look at these, look at these. They're beautiful. Now, not all of them grew. Only the strong ones. Only the strong ones. But are these not beautiful? You're like, Eunice, you messed up. That's just some green stuff growing in the bin. No, it ain't. That is my granddaughter learning to connect to her natural world and to learn where her food comes from and to learn a skill that someday could save her whole village. That's what grandmas are for. This has been a chat with Eunice, and once again, we have covered all of the above.